Hello everybody, welcome to the UFScotland podcast. In this week's episode we are going to be talking about 2 and 1 checks. Are they worth it?
Oh yeah, I play them all the time.
Yeah, so they are. No, I don't fear the 1 checks. So we're going to just go straight into it. Essentially what it is people always ask you and stuff like that, and when you're playing a game it's like, oh, they see the 2 and it's like, does it mess up your game plan? Does it cost you games? Personally, yes.
Yeah, you can come around and hit that 2 at the wrong moment and end your attack string. That's you.
What constitutes giving something a 2/1 check? There's like so many variables to it.
Which is really up in the air with a lot of recent cards printed for me, because back when we started playing the game Bebop, a 1 and a 2 check was like, this card ends the game. Nowadays it's like, any old card can just be insane. It's fine.
Yeah, so like when we started it, like insane cards for it would have been like...
Missile launcher,
yeah.
2 check.
It was a 2 check. There was obviously Coffee Samba.
Yeah, it's a
with
1
a
check.
Distraction, destruction.
Instantly win the game with it.
So it's like, when we started the game, like going on distraction, destruction, for instance, being an obvious one, right? It literally has a win con in the card.
What constitutes a 1 check? Is you win the game if you fulfill a clause.
Yeah,
okay,
is it just winning the game's the clause? Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I mean, it still had a bloody 0 low block. Like it had everything.
You might as well give it a good block at that point. To be honest,
like at that point, it's like, how much of that needs to be there for this card to be warranting of a win? So like, that's my kind of thing.
Just above it as well, because we came back from a background of playing Magic for a while, which is full of tutor cards like search your deck for X, go and find X. As far as I know, there's still only one in the game for this, for UFS, and it's Let's Party, which is a 1 check. It's a 6 or 6 low, but you have to mill 4, remove a card from your hand from the game, and then search. So you can still fail to find if you mill the card you're looking for.
Yep, that you're looking for. Yep.
That level of like finding a specific card.
Yeah, that level of tutor.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, totally. So like on the set, obviously we started, and then you had like the card that I think was like a kind of boogeyman card for a lot of the time was Coffee Samba. It just like when we at least started, it was prevalent in a lot of decks.
It was a big one that everyone tried to get. I myself was playing Scorpion at the time and went, okay, this is a Desperation 2 Scorpion. It draws me cards, it stuns, and it's multiple. So for me, Coffee Samba is pretty much the epitome of what a card's ability should be. I think, what's the stats again? It's 4 for 5. So its stats aren't the best in the world. It's mid, so it's easy to block. But it gives you cards, it gives your opponents cards, but then it still capitalises off your doing that by still giving you the advantage for stunning and getting multiples. So for me, if it's a 1 check, it needs to either capitalise an advantage, give you an advantage, or do something that goes and looks at the game's mechanics and laughs at them and says, I'm not doing any of that.
So like for Coffee Samba, I think when I was initially trying to get a copy of it and start playing it, I think it wasn't even for Goro, it was for a T-Hawk deck at the time.
Oh yeah, you were successful with the Street Fighter characters for a while. And
it was that way where it was like, it's the kind of card that's like, right, cool, it's got a 1 check, does it change the game? For me at the time, Coffee Samba changed the game.
Yep.
Essentially it's like, cool, you're giving your opponent, I mean, this is the weird thing with this card especially, it's like you're drawing 2 and your opponent draws 2, but the draw 2 then helps your stun.
And the draw 2 for you isn't cost, it's the ability.
Yeah.
So your opponent, as far as
the cost is in draw.
No, it's your draw 2 cards, colon, so the cost is your opponent drawing 2. So if your opponent cancels the ability, you still get both cards.
No, the cost is you draw 2.
The
effect. Yeah.
Sorry, you can't cancel the effect, I'm doing it the wrong way. So you can't cancel costs in this game.
Because you can't cancel cost, you're always getting to draw 2 cards, which was the bonus of the card. It just happens to be, if they wanted to cancel, obviously getting 2 cards, that's what they would be cancelling it.
Oh, and I've had people do
which is situation. Yeah, because obviously sometimes they're holding like 6 or 7 cards, and then you go, cool, this is going to be like stun 9. Yeah, this is going to legit hit.
And that's when your opponent looks at the hand and goes, oh, I have to stop that, and because you will stun them out. And if you're Scorpion, you're anyone at that point, you go, you have nothing. Bye bye bye.
Yeah. Gone. And then at the same time as well, it gets multiple at the same time as the stun for whatever they're holding in the hand. So again, most people aren't going to get to a stage where you've got 9 momentum in an average game. You're
not those symbols, no.
Yeah, but at the same time, if for any reason you've built up enough momentum, and then you go, cool, whatever your hand size is now, it's like, that's me hitting you in the multiples of this.
Yeah, just come straight in.
It's like, cool, it's like, I'm going to give you 2 cards, but they might not be on symbol to block, they might not even have blocks. It's like, there's so many things in that card that just say, cool, this will probably put away the game.
Exactly. Well, even on a turn, if you have enough momentum and your opponent has enough cards in hand, this could be your entire. You only need to draw this and go, right, Coffee Samba, can you cancel any of the abilities on this card? No, well, it's stun X or multiple X, and I don't need to play another attack after this.
I don't need to do X.
You need to deal with all of this.
Yeah. So it's like that would be my kind of benchmark of what deserves a 1.
Yeah.
So like, obviously going into further sets, like MK got a kind of weird.
MK got a really, really weirdly, it doesn't exist in an actual game state card,
Yeah.
which is obviously Princess Parry, which is you play the response, the card you're bouncing bounces regardless, but if you want to play the attack, you don't actually need to pass a check, you still get rid of their attack. So it's a really weird, like, I know it's the ability itself, but...
So Desperation R from hand, add this card to the card pool, that's cost, and then after your opponent plays an attack, discard it and play this attack.
Yeah.
So it's like you discard their attack, you get the option to play it. If it fails, cool. Keep going with life.
And you move on. So that was big prevalent in Vega.
Yep.
You can Vega that. You can do what obviously is this in the Race Against Time combo where you Princess Parry and attack away. Play your own Race Against Time when your own thing, bounce that away, get your other 1 check, which is Coffee Samba.
Yep.
Bounce it back to your hand. Your opponent's got 6. Say they've got 5 cards in hand, they're 6-hander.
Yeah,
Play 1. You go draw 2, stun 7.
Yep.
Your turn's over.
Yeah, it
My
totally
turn.
locks at a turn. But I would say that this card was created for a character of Katana, which then comes into that other sort of weird side of things of why give a card a 1 check on a character that's not amazing.
Yeah, and also
Go
as a
that way.
character who's obsessed with reversos. Katana, obviously she hurts herself to do stuff, but she's not. I wouldn't call Katana a big desperation character for what she's doing. I think maybe it was who does this fit with, because it doesn't need to be Princess Parry. They wanted to give that ability to something.
Yeah.
Obviously, looked at the MK the game itself, saw Katana's moveset and decided, okay, that attack fits with this ability. We'll merge the two together, and Katana gets this. Obviously, it's UFS. Katana doesn't ever need to play this in their entire life. You can play it on anyone you want, and take advantage of it, as we said before, with the combo, or protects your squishies, which there's a lot of squishies right now.
Yeah, totally. So it's like it's things like that. Going on to the other card that actually was actually a bigger pressing point for it is how many cards when you see these things have like character restricted enhances. Like I know Street Fighter is excessively prevalent for its 2s and 1 checks where it's like DJ only and all this sort of stuff. Like, there's quite a few ones like that, Akuma only and stuff, and it's like locked to a character, which then you're like, does it need the 1 check, or how game changing is it for that character at that point?
If you're given the character, I think at that point it's really like, how powerful is that? How busted is the ability for that character, if we don't put this character only ability on it, or make it a 1 check, that the card will run amok in standard. Yeah. At that point in time, so it depends what the ability is, of course.
Yeah. Punch Walk, for instance, for Goro had the Goro E, which was you added 3 copies of Punch Walk from your discard to your momentum. Then it's got a second E, which is this attack gains multiple X. X equals your momentum.
Yep.
And then at the start of the end phase, you remove this card from the game, and then it's getting last enhance, which is if you discard at least 1 momentum for this EX ability for this card, multiple copies get +4 speed. Things like that is kind of game changing because like Punch Walks are 2 mid for 6. So
Goro is 2 mid for 10.
So it's 2 mid for 10. Sadly, it's not got throw. That would have possibly been the game changer of it being deserved of a 1.
Aye, true, but I think again it's Goro's move from the game. It isn't a throw-in game kind of thing.
So it's like obviously like in the format of Goro, essentially that's one of those ones where it's locked into a character, but it makes sense where that in itself, that top E says you're getting 3 momentum that you don't even have to use for the Punch Walk.
You gain 3 momentum, which would be 2. If this card just gave you 3 momentum, it wouldn't have any of its other abilities. If it said add all copies to momentum, it'd probably still be a 1 check, and that would be its only ability on it, probably.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, it's like you're saying, even if you do the multiple, which is whatever your momentum is, say it's just the 3, you're going in with, after you do Goro's enhance, you're going 2 mid for 10 4 times.
Yeah, it's 40 damage.
It's 40 damage. Like, you can kill a Goro with that if they don't have the blocks or anything like that, and that sort of side. So it's like things like that I see, it's like, that has the actual potential to end the game. and is locked to a character ability.
Yeah.
Where it's like that character with this card can end the game.
And because he can utilise it, mill himself, pinch his hand constantly, that type. He can. Goro is well set up to use that kind of ability. So are a few other characters.
Totally. There's other characters obviously lined up. It's just when you then go kind of more into like the Street Fighter side of things. For instance, like even just Wrath of the Raging Dragon, the Akuma one, right? It's a 7 check.
7 diff.
A 7 diff, 1 check, 6 mid for 12. Akuma Desperation 3 and Flash or 5 and Fury and Flash. So it's like, oh my god, right? So it's got Flash. So you're already going cool. It's like got a Desperation, which is really what you need, but you have to be Akuma to do it.
Cutting off its big cost for it. But obviously, this was a set of all the character abilities, so everyone really kind of had their own card that did their own thing because it was everyone's unique card. But again, I can see why they gave me that Akuma only, because with Vega in the same set, Vega in the same set, if Vega gets Desperation and you're throwing 4 diff, 6 mid for 12s in your turn, it's like, well, that's bust. Yeah.
Obviously, it's then got locked into like a symbol on the thing. So it's like it's then locked into a discard 2 momentum, and after you play this attack, if your opponent's got 0 momentum, it becomes unblockable. It's just like cool. So it's just 12 damage. It's like, but that's a card specifically I always look at where it's like, did it need the 1?
Did it need the 1? Yeah. I mean, there's one below it that's even. I'd probably give it even the same sort of thing as Yoga Inferno. Again, it's a Dalsim Desperation 5, so only Dalsim can be Desperation 5. It's 7 diff, and it's 4 for 8, 4 mid for 8. So it's less stats. It's only Dalsim, and again, if you jump into its responses, add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down. After the hand stability is played, cancel its effects. Only playable if at least 2 ranged attacks in your card pool. So it's only possible 2 ranged cards in your card pool. So you either played this on a 9, or you played it first and bounced 2 ranged cards into your card pool. Or another 1, sorry. So you either played it on an 8, or because it's not least, it's not or. So you either played it on an 8 or you bounced 1 in. And then you're clogging your pool to cancel enhances. And then also the final ability is if this attack is blocked, your opponent loses 3 vitality. So for me, that's not a 1 check. That's a really terrible, just ability and card. To be honest.
So that's the kind of card where like if that said a 3 check on it, I'd have been like, cool. If that had a 3 check on it, I still wouldn't say you're overly going to be seeing it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's just an alright card. So it's like ones like that. I think cards from the older set suffer from kind of like having to jump through a lot of loops
to go and do
stuff. To like warrant the fact they had a 1 check. You've got to go through a lot of loops to do it. And it's like, cool. Then we kind of get to the current stage of things where
there's hoops again to get stuff back.
There's some hoops, but a lot.
Or a Rata for one of them.
It was
too busted apparently.
So Boulders in one of the current sets from UU, it got errated.
Because Nightmare is a problem apparently.
Because obviously obviously like Boulders wasn't attached to a character. It was just a good card with a 1 check. That was heavily replayable in Nightmare.
So if you're not aware, Boulders is 4 mid for 8. Nightmare static makes it 4 mid for 10. Nightmare could play this turn 1 and just swing 4 mid for 10. And its ability is you add the top card of your discard pile to your card pool, and that card, you add it face down, and that card becomes a copy of Boulders and has Flash. So it's 4 mid for 20. It's 4 mid for 10 twice. So it's 20 damage in turn 1. If you block and Nightmare's ready, that Boulder goes back to your hand because of Nightmare's response. The copy discards itself, and you can just play Boulders again. So if you want, you can go and do 40 damage in turn 1 with Nightmare because that's fair and balanced. So
it got heavily errated.
You can only do that if it's the first card you've played that turn. So you can play it, Boulders, but you can't use its response again if you play another copy. It's just its own card floating around.
So in Nightmare, for instance, even if you do block it, you can potentially swing it for like 3 times as such, but it's not going to do that loop. It's not doing the extra 1 on top.
It's not a Nightmare player having 2 Boulders in hand and swinging 60 damage at you.
So it's like it's still very good, which is what I like about the errata for it, because even as Nightmare, you're probably still playing it.
Yeah, if Chaos can pick up a bit more, you can definitely get in there.
You're still picking it up, and you're still going, cool, as long as I don't check that one.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like that's basically that kind of, like, I think the one checks seem to get kind of locked into a bit too much of a gamble maybe at times.
It's a bit of a gamble, and some of them are like, I would call boulders a bit of a gimmick as well. Sometimes some of them is like, we want to print this, but we need to like balance this really big thing, so it gets the one. The next, obviously, the newest one check, which again we believe, I feel Connor feels like it has the hoop attached to it again.
Yep.
Is Talum's ultra rare Dancing Tempest.
Yep, Dancing Tempest. We've got it up on about 3 screens in here.
Yeah, just to make sure we can't forget this one. So her big new attack is multiple 2-weapon combo charge. So it's combo charge.
Yep. So that's the first loop.
Yeah, that's the
set
first
in motion where it's like you're getting the one check and you need to do X in order to play it. So it's got combo charge, which basically the combo enhances multiple copies of this attack, get +4 speed, +4 damage, and gain flash. And it's obviously a multiple 2.
Yep.
I mean, in order to jump through a loop, if you're actually setting that up, you're going through that loop to get those out, so that they're going into like, what's that, like, what, 6 high for 9?
6 high for 9 with flash, so your opponent's having to deal with that at that point.
Yeah, having to deal with 2 multiple attacks.
Yeah, but
that are just totally unfazed.
The problem with me for this card is that you need to combo, so you're playing it on a 6.
Yep.
You need momentum to even bother using its combo, and then at the same time your opponent has to not interact with you at any moment during this.
Yep.
And not murder any of these abilities, because your opponent at any point can, in this format right now, can kill your momentum, can kill your keywords, can kill your combo, can just kill your card pool. You can play your first attack and they go, okay, there's another card, card pool, and they go, oh, okay, I don't want to play Dancing Tempest now on an 8 because I need to play another card before it, kind of thing. It does have a deadlock. This attack is +2 to its multiple rating, but if you're
getting to deadlock in those kind of stages, it's a hit or miss. I think some people don't fear deadlock. I think that'll be a subject to another debate.
Yeah.
But like, essentially the way I look at deadlock abilities is about 99% of the time you never ever play them. You never get the chance to play them.
No, they never come up. Or if they do, it's like that one time that they come up, and they either did something amazing or they just didn't affect the game.
Yeah, like the game was probably ending regardless, stuff like that. But this is one of those ones that you're having to jump through the loops in order to like do something that even now, I mean, it's a good card. I enjoy it, but I personally don't get why it's got a 1 check.
I don't get why it's 1 check either. I could have seen this with it. I mean, it's got a 1 low block.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could have given this a 2.
Yeah.
To be honest, because the amount of things you need to do to set up to even play the card means you either got all the Talon's abilities firing, or support, or asset, or foundations, other people's stuff going. I mean, you could go, if you're playing on water, you could go play Moonset, activate her asset, get because you've got no momentum at this point, say, get a top card of your deck to momentum, activate Moonset from a card from your hand to momentum to get your second momentum, play Tempest on a 6, check it, pass it, then multiple.
Yeah.
But you needed the interaction of 2 cards previously.
Yep. Possibly, on top of any enhances.
Any enhances your opponent does at any point, stop any of this. And 2 enhances previously, you need to have the setup where you have your asset out in the first place, which doesn't get murdered straight away, because with Talum, you're going to go and kill that thing as fast as you can.
Rid of that.
It just there's a lot of setup for one card. It just doesn't seem like the payoff unless you come in and win with it. Yep. And the other point is it's a 1 check.
Yep.
If you got this in your deck, want to win with it, and you hit it,
and you hit that
at the wrong time.
Yep, that's what I was just about to say. The fact that these 1 checks, at some point in the game you're going to check it. It might not happen every game, but at one of the games you're going to hit that check. It's going to end your turn.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like look at your deck and why it failed you.
I think it's
then you stand up and you just walk away. You leave it to the elements. You just leave that deck forever. You just walk out the room. It's game over. Like, there's so much reliance on, like, you have to have such a setup for ones to be in the deck.
I think it's so much invested in one card. Like other 1 deck checks, like Boulders doesn't need any setup to go and play it itself. Coffee Samba needs no setup. Let's Party. Princess Parry needs no setup to go and play it. I'd scroll back down because there's a few. Distraction needs setup, but it does win the game. But I'd probably say...
I think like, Distraction's the one where it's like the setup is the winning of the game when you play it as such.
But the two I'd happily play are Samba, and I'm sort of slowly becoming a fan of Let's Party now.
Yeah.
So
it's just fair dues.
They don't have any cost involved themselves to activate their abilities.
There's no massive setup to just say I can play this card.
Yeah.
Whereas as it's kind of like as it started to develop and more sets have came out, that one check. I mean, the fact that it's the only one check in Libra of Souls was quite weird, and the fact that like there is
Downward
a lot
Spiral
of cards,
has a 2.
I mean, it's got a 2, and it's.
I mean, I'll give it a 2. It's a 4 diff.
Yeah.
I do all the damage. Please die now.
Yeah,
card.
it's like Valdo has two checks.
Both of,
like,
I mean,
and one of them I don't think is really justified. Downward Spirals needs a 2. It can become hella busted.
Yeah, it deserves a 2. That's kind of the card that edged that card, the card in my head that edged a 1 or a 5 diff for it. To be honest, there's a bunch of cards in Libra I think should be 6.
Yeah, but like and there's so many cards in Libra of Souls that like Big Bang Shield.
How
that got a 3.
How I got a 3 check, a 5 diff, and a 6 high for 6.
Yeah, like
it's not even mid. It's a high. It's I know it might not be a big thing, but it's off the blocks, so you can't all block it with everything. I have had it played against me 6 times in a row from one copy, their only attack in hand, and they just went 5, 5, 5,
yeah,
5,
it's like,
5. Oh, check the 3, commit 2.
I know. It's like,
why?
And it's like I find that's got such a replayability because obviously it's associated with assets and putting them back,
and it's a form,
You
can't stop it.
There's very few things that stop forms in the game.
Unless you want to play Surprise Reunion.
Yeah, unless you're playing something really off the cuff.
Yeah.
For it, there's only about 3 or 4 things I think in the game that
Surprise Reunion, one of Ermac's cards.
Yeah,
that's the only 2 I can think of.
And that's about it, I think. So it's like if you build into having, let's say, just go nice for once, right? And you say, cool, well, there's 3 assets in play, right?
Well, we're only going to play it 4 times.
They're only going to play this attack 4 times.
And if it's Gale, it's only 10 high for 6 4 times.
Aye, and it's like,
it's fine. It's like, don't worry about it. I'm not mad.
It goes into so many decks where it's like.
As if you don't have momentum, then you just pick up.
Yeah, then you just pick it up.
Aye, you just pick up an asset from the bin.
So it's like there's like that kind of card confuses me. Because I then look at Dancing Tempest and go,
why are you a 1?
I don't get why you're a 1 because you don't end games in the same, not in the same way.
It does end games if you can get it off.
If you get it off, it ends
doesn't
games.
Do anything about it, but
Big Bang ends games with less of a risk.
And little interaction as well, because it's as we said, it's forms. You're not disrupting it. Your opponent just needs to play assets, which right now any life deck goes. I just have 9 assets in the deck.
Why am I not just playing a handful of assets? Just
if you the game slows down long enough, your opponent drags it out. They get to the point they go Big Bang, Big Bang, Big Bang, Big Bang, Big Bang, Big Bang. Oh, I've got other attacks, but I've only played this one 6 times. My card pool only has 1 card in it.
Yep.
That's you're played 6 times, only needing to hit the most average check in the deck. And
now let me play my 4 diffs on a 5. Cool. Aye. Oh, that's crucial to the ending of the game. It's like, it's just one of those cards that is. It just confuses the system. I think is what I'm kind of getting at. It confuses the system of what warrants the 1 check when you see some cards,
especially in the same set.
Yeah, and it's the same set.
I mean, again, what have we got to say? Final Anguish is a 2.
Yep.
I give Final Anguish. If we move on,
we can move on to the 2s. We can fire on to 2s.
It's easy to discuss now. I mean, if we go look at the Libra cards, are 2s then. So the first one that pops up, I believe, is Final Anguish. Final Anguish is a 2. I think it should be a 2 because its stats are really high baseline.
Yep.
Baseline stats are great.
Yep.
It's got an Earth-only ability to give it throw, which fits your theme, and again seems to give it the good. Yeah, it's a 2 check. It's fine. It's got Desperation 4 as well. So again, you're fine there. Seems like a good 2 check just for a lot of damage. Astaroth, the character as it turns into 6 men for 10.
Yep.
Sure, that can be a 2. And if you combo it, it can get powerful 10.
Yeah.
If you're going late, powerful 4 or 5 again.
If you're playing it properly, because it's obviously the combo enhances it, that it gets powerful X equaling to the opponent's face down foundations. If you're playing Astaroth, you should have stuff being flipped.
Yeah, like, every time you attack, there should be something flipped unless they took the hit.
Yeah, unless they just take the hit. Something's getting flipped, which means that it should be building up that powerful X to being into the 4 and 5 mark.
Yeah.
Where I'm now going to throw that. Now throw.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Generally happy with a lot of 2 checks.
I don't think there's a bad 2 check bar 1. No, see, I still think it's fine. So Adam and me have totally different views on I Shall Save Humanity. I personally find that for the character it's made for, and even for like things like Astroth, that card just says so it enhances add one asset that you can normally play, which is good because there's enough stupid ways of getting other assets out off symbol. And it says from your discard to your stationary, and it's only playable if your opponent has 3 or more face down foundations. Now me and Adam clash heads on this one a bit, because personally I find within those 2 characters alone, if you're not having your opponent with 3 face downs, you've done something wrong.
I'm not arguing that point.
Something's went horrifically wrong to the point where I don't see that as much of a loop. It becomes a loop when you're not playing those characters.
It becomes an issue when you're not playing those characters, which is yes, it goes straight into like Vicious or as well or Astaroth. My problem is though you're obviously put it in the deck to activate that ability and do its second one, which is gain powerful 10, i.e. bash someone in the head with it because it's 5 mid for 7, or if you get 1 momentum 17. But it's more one of those cards. I tried to play an Astaroth and it was just not getting the asset, so I'm holding it in hand for ages and not really feeling it's worth the 2. In comparison to some others, again, having a card that interacts with other cards in the game is really cool. It gets more powerful effects and stuff like that. But when you're in Earth and I was playing Astaroth, Fine Language was doing what I wanted to do, which is hit them hard, and it played Missile Launcher, which made itself speedy, and then I gave it damage, it hit itself. So it just loses in my head to other cards.
I think at that point it's like you have to choose. I think 2 checks and 1 checks are always going to fall into that category as well. Where
what do you like? Yeah,
it's like what do you like, and does it do the exact role you need it for in the deck? If there's other things doing similar or something better, then it loses out because the check essentially at that point becomes a negative. The other cards, the only card in the set for Libra Souls that I genuinely don't think warranted a 2 check was Evil Bow. Solely down to the fact that in Voldo, something I noticed through playtesting was actually that the actual 2 checks in the deck such a negative to his actual play. The amount, essentially, I was playing one build that had 8 2 checks in it,
right,
and then I switched to one build that just had 4, which was just Downward Spiral, and even checking those 2s I felt was such a detriment to the game.
I've played against Michael's Voldos a couple of times, and it has been. He comes in, he plays a Downward Spiral, passes it, plays his next attack, Downward Spiral, backstrike, something like that, and hits the 2 off the Downward Spiral, and it really is. I mean, it's in his discard pile for his next turn to use Voldo. But the problem is, when I think that a lot of Libra characters have, and a lot of the new DLC characters coming out actually, they have 19 health, which right now is you're dead.
You die on backswing.
How many ready foundations do you have? Because if you don't, you're gone. Kind of thing.
So for Downward Spiral, it warrants the 2 check, and I'm fine with it.
It it's makes sense. You discard a card.
Evil Bow, on the other hand, is a 4 check with a 3 low for 4, right? And it's not even get a block. This is something that annoys me. But this is something that always annoys me with a lot of cards that have 2 checks. See if they've not got a block, it starts to annoy me because things should have blocks at that point.
If you're really going to take stuff away from it, even if it's a bad check
on something, even if it was a 5 high, I don't care. It just needs
4 or 5 blocks.
Nah, I think there's a foundation.
There's foundations with it.
But, so it's got response. Remove 1 card from your hand after you check this card. Add 1 other card from your discard pile to your hand. Right.
So it's trying to make up for checking.
It tries to make up for checking a bad card. In Voldo, it's not amazing though.
No, it pales in comparison to the cards coming out for the Dark one.
The problem is that check, although it kind of gives you something for checking bad, doesn't help you in the scenario of checking the 2.
Even if you're building at that point, you still check the 2.
Then its second enhances destroy 1 ready foundation. This is my major issue with this.
Right.
Destroy 1 ready foundation to seal your opponent's character. Remove this card after it resolves. Right. You have to now destroy your own bloody field just to seal an opponent's character, right? But that can be amazing, but not when it's not on a 2 check.
But the only card that ability in the entire game, as far as not comparable right now, is Bang. It's Bang that says seal that card, remove itself. So I believe that ability is pretty much to say you've blocked your reversed, you've paid the cost for it, you've sealed your opponent's character, you're trying to end their turn. But depending on how you're playing Voldo, if you're going the quick kill build,
if you're playing essentially the way I was playing Voldo, it dropped. It's not effective enough. But It's just the fact that this card. I mean, see, the thing is, you play this card as a reversal, right? Which means it's on a 5, and you check a 2. You're now committing 3 things. It's like you're so like, because of checking 2s, especially, and Voldo being my main example because I've played them a handful. Checking that 2 makes you commit so much stuff that I've played a game where I didn't have it ready to be able to destroy.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I had to commit out in order. Now, fair enough, like, the attack was actually going to potentially kill them anyway.
Right.
So I didn't need to seal them. But I've hit enough times where that bloody thing hasn't even been able to trigger. Because you check a bloody 2, and especially in the games where he was prevalent, there was 8 in them in the deck.
Yep.
And I was having to commit out in order to play the bloody thing. Still not being able to do the effect. And then it was just like, it's so stupid. It's like, it's one of those cards that I don't get why it has a 2. Especially in the set it's in.
There's a few cards like that. I feel you've had a bad experience.
Oh, it's a terrible experience.
Just
it's
don't play
crucial.
that. Just scroll back. We'll just play Downward Spiral.
Downward Spiral gets played, and even still, it needed its 2. But for me personally, like, that 2 check pushes me away from playing it in Voldo.
We're just going to move past Voldo stuff.
Yep.
We'll just get you out of bad place. It's fine. We'll move on from that. So there's a whole bunch of 2s in the game right now. There is, what does it say up here? We've got about 73.
73, so I think there's about 4 copies, so it should be about 6 to 8, I think.
Right. But there's obviously been a ton in the... So Libra had a bunch.
Yep.
Voldo had the majority of them. Yep. UU had a whole bunch as well.
Yeah, UU had a nice wee number.
UU brought out a lot of ones. Rose with Lash, and obviously Kurama's tech led to the reversal combo strategy, and it's a really good card because it's +4/+4 and gain 4 life.
Yep.
Brilliant. Still wouldn't play Kurama. Play anyone else.
Yeah.
Then obviously you had UU, which came out a bunch of 2s again as well, being the big one with a gauge was Moon Ritual Dance, so it was a value engine right there.
Yep.
There's a lot of cards that come out and give you the value for it. The one I probably wouldn't like from that set is Death Knell.
Yeah, it's the one that's just
the odd one.
It's the odd one out. Yeah, it becomes the odd one out basically.
I know it falls into what Dejanet wants to do at that point, but it's still.
But there was better cards for her.
Yeah, you just didn't need to play it at all. You could just play the evil build, and your opponent never plays a card again in the entire game. Withering Toxin I like a lot because it can really mess with people's strategies.
Withering Toxin is something that deserves the 2 check because when it's played, it does something drastic.
Yeah, it's really big. I love playing it in Zazamel because it is obviously block reverse, pitch the discard pile, get a bunch of speed, get the damage. Problem is with playing Zaz, if you don't play the game, you both sit and stare at each other for a while until Zazamel has to shuffle, and then your opponent comes in at you when you have discard.
Yeah, it's like Big Zaz's big issue is literally the fact that your opponent just has to think for 2 seconds and go, cool, I'll wait until you shuffle.
Yeah. Once
you cycle, then it's game.
It's unfortunate for that big fight. But it's still a really good card. There's a card actually coming up that I don't think needs a 2. Big one. Dark Reconquista Triumph. That's Nightmares Ultra Rare from the original Soul Calibur set. So I'll just go through the cards. So it's a 5 diff, 4 mid for 8, combo attack, ally charge fury. This attack can't be partially blocked, so nice little bit of flavour, nice bit of static text there. But it's combo E, discard of momentum. This attack is +8 damage, only playable if the attack immediately before it has the double attack to its speed printed on it.
Yeah.
So,
which essentially just, to me, when I read it and was playing it, essentially to me just said Nightmare E.
Yeah, Nightmare E.
Almost nobody
no one else cares about this.
Cares about that level of staticness in their card.
Yeah,
that it was ever going to see play in another deck.
Aye. Well, when I played it in my deck, I played it and enjoyed playing it because it could come in and do. So it comes into 4 mid for 18 because Nightmare is obviously sitting there.
Yep.
That's not buffing in any other way.
Yep.
And it did win games. But happily went.
But not being able to be partially blocked,
so
you have to force it to block off symbol, allowing you to then fling in with your other high attack and stuff like that. And skull, whatever it was, skull cap or something.
Skull something.
Yeah.
This is other attack. But
flash it.
Yeah. The problem with the card now for me is that Inferno's Ultra Rare came out, which is Dark Reconquista Purgatory. And it's just so much better with the same stats.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it doesn't say it can't be partially blocked, but it says, I lose 3, commit your character a burn for 6.
Yeah.
And one of those cards wins. It might have another ability, I can't remember.
It does have a deadlock that allows you to search your deck for any card you name.
Aye.
So you can
so
get
if you want to end the game.
Yeah. But when I look at the kind of cards, I go, cool, let's get a 2 check because that's static text.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, makes sense. because I mean, even unpartialing it, it's still 5 damage in Nightmare. Essentially, you're not playing it in anyone else. So, like, my reference for this is Nightmare.
It's Nightmare.
Where you're doing 5 damage.
Yeah.
You're either doing 5 or 10 damage. There's not really a downside to that. And it also is one of those good ones where it's like, see, because they can't partially block it, it forces them to hold that mid block for your off high and low attacks and stuff.
Even if, again, I say I don't dislike the card. You can play, if you play 2 in a row, your opponent has to go, well, he didn't momentum the first one, so I'd locked that and didn't take 10. However, the next one's 18 damage.
Yeah.
Smack.
And then they block it and you go, cool, I'm Nightmare, I'm picking it up.
Aye.
Like, it's like,
break that down again.
It's like, it's when you see stuff like that, you go, that needed, like, could you imagine that on a 3? Mental.
Yeah,
like,
I love that in a 3.
Yeah, that would be mental. Another card from the set that I constantly think our community sees play. I know Matt plays it. I know Gareth will be playing it.
Oh, it needs a 2.
Supplementing Blade is a 2 check for a goddamn reason.
It's a 2 check for a reason. When someone checks that, you sit there and go, I know how I die this game.
Yeah, it's like somebody plays that, you see it. It's just so effective.
It only gets played in obviously Zhanghua because it's getting reversal back into your face.
You see it in Zhanghua, you see it in Lilith.
And Lilith says, hilariously, this thing's even stronger than it was.
On occasions, you see it in Liu Kang too. I've not played that version yet though.
No. It only belongs with 2 characters as far as I'm concerned. And they both murder me with it.
Lilith and Zhanghua, we see it in play.
Yeah.
And so basically, this attack's like a weapon, multiple 2, safe, and fury. The fact it's bloody safe as well is just.
I hate safe attacks.
I love them.
No, I don't. I like reversals.
So this attack's enhanced is that you may discard attacks with a printed damage of 3 or less from your card pool, in addition to momentum, to pay for this card's multiple cost.
That's why it belongs in Lilith.
Which is why it goes into Lilith, Liu Kang 2 dot, and obviously Zhanghua typically.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're
playing
attack. Yep, you go attack. Play this.
Flip them.
Get flipping them. Attack.
Yeah.
Like
attack.
It's basically it's just such a refilter cost where even the stupidness of discarding the momentum to give it stun 3 or commit one of your opponent's foundations. I've seen that played enough times.
Yeah, this card also doesn't. Obviously, it never gets played unless Krita. You guys sitting there laughing.
Yeah,
it's only a dagger, but it will laugh at you.
Yep.
Your opponent will be laughing at this point too.
Yeah.
Matt's done it to me.
Yep. Aye, I've seen it been played before where it's like,
Supplementing Blade becomes 9 mid for 10. It's like, I'm sorry, what did you do to this card?
Yeah, and you're like, whoa, wait, what? No, settled in.
Yeah, just
it's like
go
so
away.
Cards like that, when you see all those effects and just how easy
when
it's going to end
itself.
Yeah, when it fuels itself, it pays for its own costs. It just does
like,
everything.
Moonset, it's not 2 check, but it fuels itself and gives you momentum and
Moonset's one from a previous set that
same set as that
it's the same set that should be like that should have been a 2 check.
See, there's only 3 high, which is why I don't think it needs to be a 2 check. It's only 3 high.
I know, but see, the thing is, you say it in that, right? But that's like a 5 mid. But we have seen other attacks, like where is it? Like this one, for instance, it's like a 5 high, right? Thunderbolt Blade got a 5 high and got a 2 check, but Mitsurugi suffers.
Oh yeah, you can't. Mitsurugi doesn't want to play that because he wants his card pool nice and big.
I personally find the speed very rarely
5
affects what warrants a 2 check on a card.
Probably,
because there's so many cards that have 3 checks.
Moonset's also restricted to. I suppose Subblade's restricted to 3 damage. It's restricted to 6.
Yeah.
Foundations.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, it's like. Supplementing Blade's a really good example of a really good 2 check. One that you will play in that deck because that's the big card the deck plays. It's the Haymaker. It's the one that you go, I built to this and kill you with.
Especially in Zhanghua. It's like for her, and especially for someone with a low life character. That is someone
even high life character. You're going to to these things.
Oh yeah, people will just get wailed on. Especially Lilith, I think, is the prime example of how excessively damaging this can be.
Aye, well, check a 5, it's big. Check a 5, it's big.
Yeah, you're essentially rotating a 3/3 onto it basically. Yeah. Off of that check.
And all you need to do, if you attack, she's a 6-hander, so you attack, blade, attack. Blade.
Yep.
You can just go attack. So attack, blade. Flip the first 2, and you've got blade face up. Play another attack. Your 5th card has to be another blade. You can do the multiple ability again. You got 2 face up freeze.
Yeah, we've been looking at it a few times.
There might be a loop.
Yeah, it's like a pseudo loop. We have to call it because it's not infinite.
It's too many copies of it.
It's enough copies where like you should be winning the game.
Yeah.
So it's like so like all of these kind of cards that come out with 2 checks.
Doesn't need a 2 check.
And which one?
Oh, Yuki-san.
Oh yeah.
John Lee's thing shouldn't have got a 2 check. She didn't get an ultra. She didn't need a 2 check.
Yep.
She could have had a 3.
Yeah.
She would have been fine with a 3.
Yeah, there's lots. It's that way where it's as we go through it, and then you start to see. I think the prime set that
annoying 2 checks.
Yep. Is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, 2 checks.
Because there's almost every character had one.
Yeah,
and
I think they did, didn't they?
Yeah, and if they didn't have one, it was the 2 that had the 1 checks. Like pretty much.
Unless
everyone.
It's Cassie, because Cassie got Nutcracker. So.
Yeah. I mean, and then that's a card that says. Probably should have had a 2 check for everything it's doing.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Whereas you're sitting looking at Telechoke, and you're going, right, this has got a 2 check on a ranged throw for add 1 card with a printed controller 6 from your discard pile to your hand.
It does help, Ermac.
So
you need to check a 6 to check its other ability.
Yeah, but now you have to check a 6 to just give it 6 damage to make it a what's that? A 2 high for 10? Like,
totally worth a 2 check.
Yeah,
totally worth a 2 check. I mean, all the pops are charged at above it.
Of all the things
things
that didn't need balancing, Ermac with overlay playing of 6s didn't need the random 2 check in the deck.
You could have, to be honest, all of Ermac's cards should have had a 6 on them, including his attacks, just because it's Ermac.
Like, that literal card having a 2 check is why it's never played in Ermac.
It's never played.
It's never played, but it's never played in Ermac.
Sorry, we'll get, just the cards that never played. Sand Grenade doesn't need a 2 check.
Yeah, like
it doesn't.
Yeah, why did it have a 2 check?
I don't know.
Mimic, obviously deserving of a 2 check.
Clearly, because I mean we've seen the combo.
We've seen the combos. We've
combo
seen
with critical split. Combo with a 1 check. Then it's pissed. It needs a 2 check.
Yeah, it's like it gets a 2 check for a reason because it's copying another attack.
Yeah,
which it can go mental.
It's like
cool. Kung Jin, Rising Monk.
He doesn't care about ranged attacks. All he's doing was until he got banned was hit you with Catman Scream.
Yeah,
because he didn't need this.
That's about it. Sadistic Ways.
It didn't need it. Well,
it didn't need it until Akuma came out, and then it was like, oh wait, that's one of the fallen effects. Where it's like, okay, maybe that balanced out in future sets, but at the time, Melina didn't really see much play.
Well, Melina doesn't see play because she kills herself.
She hurts herself too much.
You don't need to hit her. She'll just stand there and stab herself in the neck.
Yeah. Then we've got the Yu-Gi-Oh card of the century, Black Magic Hex Curse.
Right, this is a big one that is a 6 diff 2 check for a 4 low for 8. So Nightmare likes it. He'll never play it.
Somebody likes it.
And it's E. If there's a card in your discard pile or removed from your pile that shares a name of the opponent's character, it gains unblockable.
Yep.
Why would Quan Chi bother when he has so much random stuff he can do?
At this point, it basically fell into this kind of like random idea of Quan Chi being like, do I meme stack a bunch of characters
for a 2 check
that becomes unblockable?
And if you respond on a 6, check a 6. If they enhance, you destroy one of their foundations.
Yeah.
But on a 6,
which forces you to check. Oh, what's that? A 2? Oh shit! Let me commit 4 things in order for that can go up. It's so stupid. But it's like
there are bad 2 checks.
There is so many bad 2 checks. Only I think because there's so many great 3 checks.
There is a we could talk about the 3 checks we don't think deserve a 3 or a 5 diff.
God, there's so many.
We'll finish off the 2s. We'll finish off the 2s. Is there any more big 2s you should?
The only big 2s.
Missile Launcher's a big 2 because you play it.
Yep.
Your favourite card is below Missile Launcher.
Yep.
Missile Launcher 100% is a 2 check. Jet obviously loves it because it's all the keywords. Anyone on Earth are good. What is it? Fire.
Yep,
you play
fire
it
as well.
Because if you mill yourself in certain strategies, you just give it speed or damage, and there's no downside to the card other than the 2.
No, that's just it. Yeah, it's like the 2 check is the thing that balances that card because if you check it messes your game up.
Yeah,
but I'm fine with that because that card itself, for everything it does, probably ends most games.
Yeah, it feels itself, and it's got a relevant deadlock of it gets +3 to all its keywords, which is stun 5, powerful 7, EX 5.
Yeah,
you've got a ton of momentum sitting around. Yeah, the game's done.
Yeah. The only last card we've got for 2 checks, there's a bunch of platinum stuff and there's a bunch of kind of Mega Man cards
and Street Fighter stuff.
They're all they fall into, most of them fall into the category of bad 2 checks.
Yeah, as
bad
well as
1 checks.
Blood Omen stuff. I can't think of a good 2 check to be honest.
There was like Miska's Flash ones for like
You didn't
Raptor,
play them though.
but you didn't need them.
Yeah, you just played all the commons and Raptors Ultra. Boulders when it came out, it wasn't errated.
Yeah, like I think the only card we typically see, at least in Scotland, that get played was Critical Split, which was the one.
Yeah, it was the Mimic Critical
That
Split.
was
combo.
it. Yeah, Mimic Crit
Sorry,
Split
Sam.
combo. But like, I mean, I like it.
was really good.
I like the combo.
It was. Oh, you've done that. Oh crap, I'm dead.
The only card from Platinum that
We see play.
we all see play because of me.
Yep.
Is Big Cyclone, which deserves. It's a 7-diff for a 2-check, and by God, it needs it.
Never played this. Just don't discard cards anymore here in Scotland because of him.
Yeah, this card changed the meta in Scotland.
What's that? I'll discard a card. Hang on.
What's that? Oh, discard the card?
Exactly.
Aye, yeah, cool. I'll swing that 4-mid 14 Goro.
Aye.
It's like
Even
that
the
card
C-Rats
for
that
us-
comes down and says, no, I don't go to momentum. I left the hand, I'm going to come back out.
Yeah.
You can't do anything anymore, take it.
Yep. And it's like it's ones like that where it's like and it's static text, being that your opponent can't play abilities that grant speed or damage bonuses. It's mental just on block. Like that card, yeah. It's like that makes sense to me why it's got a 2-check because of how much it does. You don't have to fear it losing it to like discard hate.
Oh, you don't. It comes out and kicks you.
Yep. And then at the same time as well, because of that static text, it's one of the perfect blocks.
Yeah, it's because it's a good. What is it?
Yeah.
A 1 high. No, 1 high. So relevant block zone.
Yep.
Its static ability turns off any of your opponent's power and speed gain, so you just block for the rest of the turn. And if they happen to make you discard it, you play it for free.
Yeah.
You check that once. You only need to play one, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you go roll, you play one because you just go back.
Yeah. So it's like there is so many cards where like I find that the examples and the sort of scale, we'll call it, is so not 50-50 of what deserves a 2-check.
Yeah.
It's not bad design as such. It just happens to be that so many cards.
Probably playability in regards
it's
to
like
what
playability.
the meta, what people are doing with the
Playability
interactions sort of thing.
changes. Yeah, changes. I mean, like Nutcracker's the perfect example of a 3-check.
Yeah, I mean it has drawbacks, but I mean the majority of characters everyone plays are male, so it is 8 damage.
Yep.
If you're playing it, you're playing the cards that don't count towards progressive or leave the card pool, so it's essentially a free draw build one because of the Let's Cut Loose existing. And there's no downside to the card unless your opponent is obviously female. It doesn't do enough lot of damage at that point.
Yeah.
Or they're specifically going out the way to deal with nutcrackers.
Yeah.
Which again is for me, it's a bit of format. Like I need low blocks because at any point in a tournament or games night, I'm gonna hit with nutcracker and it'll cost me. So you have to kind of warp your blocks and deck a bit to deal with one card.
Yeah.
Especially now because you've got Scarlet Meteor, which you go, I'll just loop these back and forth.
Yeah, so like for Libra of Souls, I think is probably a good prime example of like things like Shield Big Bang.
That should have been it. Didn't need a 2. I think it should have a 6. It should be 6 diff.
Yeah,
so if you
it was
check a 5,
it
cost you 1.
Yeah,
so
that would have been the fix.
8 card. You can't
like,
go 8 times deep with just killing your assets.
Yeah, it's like kill an asset, and the only thing you have to fear is checking an attack is a bit janky. Like it should have been no. You're gonna check. That 5 and you're going to still slowly commit out where it's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean it's never guaranteed because you could just hit a million threes.
Obviously it's based on the premise that you have a bunch of assets out, but if you're playing a deck like that then you typically can sit there till you have a bunch of assets. Gil can do it easily enough. Just sit there.
Yeah, Gil just plays that excessively.
And again it's 10 high for 6. It's 6 high for 6 for some reason. It's a 5 dive 6 high for 6. With it's a broken form ability.
Yeah.
And enhance, it costs you 1 momentum to go and get an asset back. And if you compare it to the 6 diff attack right now, well, the one I'm thinking of is Inferno's DLC card coming out.
Okay.
It's 6 diff, 6 high for 6. It's an ability enhance is completely dependent on the amount of remove from game cards you have.
Yeah, that you have.
But it's 6 diff, 6 high for 6, whereas it's Big Bang is 5 diff, 6 high for 6. And Ghost Thief is 5 diff, 6 mid for 6. So, why does it have a 6 diff?
Yeah. Yeah. So, here's a controversial card it's a 4 diff one, so like bouncing off of Evil Bow, a card that I honestly think should have had a slightly different
should have been a rare.
Should have been a rare. I mean, fine if it was a rare.
Hair Vortex didn't be a rare.
The Shadow Slicer, on going off of kind of the scale of what was getting 2 checks and what was getting 3 checks, I don't know why that didn't get a 2 check.
To be honest,
because
I would agree. I've played it enough.
The balancing act playing against this card. Now I've used it enough in a weapons guild deck that's been mental.
I've used it in
We've
Scorpion,
seen it in Scorpion
and Mad Polar. I'll just sit and mill myself. It's fine.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. You're gone.
Yep. We've seen it in Goro. We've seen it majorly in Ken.
Ken loves it. He's in the Shinnok deck.
Yep.
Shinnok does other things now. If you don't know about Shinnok,
Shinnok does some janky.
Go find out what
stuff.
Shinnok does now.
Yeah. So it's like this card. Basically, it's like remove one copy of Shadow Slicer from your discard pile. After this attack resolves, you add it back to hand.
I mean, it doesn't have a block.
Yeah, it doesn't have a block,
but neither does have Evil Bow.
But there's but that's my point. Yeah, like, just to bounce off of Evil Bow for something that's a 4-diff attack that randomly essentially got given a 2-check when something like this exists in the same thing.
It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you life.
And it costs you life for +2/+2, right? Which basically says this card comes out as a 6/6.
Yep.
That you can potentially loop.
You can play four times. Should be playing all in one of them connects like the last one. You can Scarlet Thunder it and 5th time it.
Yeah.
But
just in general, like this card off of its own ability says you can play that singular card 4 times.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, you might lose 8 life, but you're losing 8 life for a card coming in as a 6/6.
24 life if I was
still
4 hit.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like
when I played in Power, it was 8/6.
And also, as you're losing that life, if you hit the bloody desperation,
yeah, it becomes easier to play.
Then all of a sudden, you don't even have to fear hitting the 3s at that point. Like hitting a 3 on that card isn't really going to stop them from playing it because they're tapping one, they're tapping whatever they need to tap.
Well, that's why Scorpion has an entire. I have it. Obviously, Shane Duckworth showed his Scorpion budget deck, which plays Shadow Slicer because it's
why not?
It becomes 8 high for what is it? 12?
8 high for 12.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's the first one. Then 8 high for 12.
And then
8 high for 12.
Then
8 high for 12.
Then you look.
8 high for 12.
And it's like, and then at that point, you're probably at desperation. Where
they're probably dead though.
Where if they're not dead to that, you're checking 3s and still passing this thing.
Yeah. So that's a card.
It's a card that bounces off of the kind of random scale sometimes that these cards hit.
Yeah. And it's not a bad. It doesn't have a bad symbol on it.
No, it really doesn't.
All evil fire, all prevalent symbols right now.
All usable symbols. Yeah. So it's like you scan through stuff like that and then you go through the other set of stuff and you keep going through and you just see stuff that's like, yeah, it's quite nice until you get to obviously Scarlet Meteor and then the scale starts to kind of skew again.
Oh, no, it goes oh, we lost the needle.
It's like, shit, it's went round. 1 minute we'll catch it in the rebound.
Aye,
like, Scarlet Meteor is possibly the most feared card I'm going to have to deal with.
Breaker? What game mechanic in Soul Calibur gave it Breaker?
Yeah.
For what reason?
And this is the card that, on talking to a few people and people going to Worlds, is possibly the only card I think will be in possibly every deck.
Yeah, it might come to top cuts where there's 8 people there with
became the
all
new
the copies of it. It's 32. Yeah, 32 copies of Scarlet Meteor.
It's became the new Nutcracker.
Let's Ken appears.
Oh god, aye. And even then, Ken could play it just for the lols.
Ken could just be playing it all for the fun of it, to be honest.
Just to be like, yeah, cool, I'm going to like destroy an asset.
Yeah. Well, if you would
cancel somebody's action, like, do you know what I mean? Just to really annoy somebody.
If you've been living in the cave, it's a 5 high for 5. It has Weapon, Breaker 2, Powerful Force, so very relevant keywords, and gives all more breakers. That's my problem with it. The first enhance is destroy an asset. You may destroy assets in addition to paying for this card's momentum. In addition to discarding momentum to pay for its powerful ability. So again, you can kill your assets. You're powerful, so it's 5 high, 9, 5 high, 13. So it gets itself bigger by killing assets. Response card for destroying an asset. After an action card is played, cancel it, so it protects itself or your entire card pool from actions. So
I mean, it's just self protection at that point.
So it's costing you your assets, but it's still a really good ability. But it's not. We're not done. It has 3 abilities.
Yes, and the third one.
Destroy a foundation. Add 1 asset or foundation from your discard pile to your staging area. It's completely ready. So if you've had to commit something or flip it, you go, I'll do that first.
Yep.
Kill it. Bring it back, because you kill it, put it in the bin, then bring it back and do it again. So never a day without trading. That's what Connor likes.
It's not even that. It's the fact that card compared to other cards that had in bracket, like I Shall Save Humanity had in brackets that you can normally play. This one doesn't. This one doesn't say that. The amount of off symbol cards you can play just to hopefully check them, put them into the discard bin, just to be like, cool, I'm now going to pick that out. Like, that's mental.
One mental combo that I'm sure I think people will always be doing it. You'll play Scarlet Meteor, and then they'll kill if they don't already have it. I won't say what it is yet. They'll kill a Foundation, go get Fort Negley.
Yeah.
Then murder Fort Negley to go and get his powerful 4 ability called the card pull by 2.
Yeah.
Which at that point you're probably not bothered about because you're the one doing it, and then keep smacking people. But you can keep flipping Fort Negley if you really want to.
I mean, that's literally just it. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if I see that combo get played a handful of times.
Yeah. Or at least
like the characters I'm looking at playing it genuinely have it in as an option.
It's just
in the offshoot that you get to do it.
It's an ultra rare, so yes, it has the lowest availability for card. It makes itself obviously more pricey, but what it does, but it's only a 5 to 5 high for 5.
Yeah.
It's a 3 abilities, all incredibly relevant with 2 relevant keywords.
Yeah.
Given a symbol that already has
an overly
so much
precedent
stuff.
number of them.
Yeah, all has. So you can play this with Breaker. You've got Nutcracker that has Breaker. You can also play what's Rando's 3 diff again.
Oh, reduction.
Breaker. So with reduction, you play it's a 7 high for 7. For anything else, you play reduction, you play a 7 high 7, then you play Nutcracker, which is 6 low 6.
It's like it's one of those cards as you start scrolling down and you go, why?
It's like, you scroll past it and go back up and
it's that way where you still have to then go back to, but Dancing Tempest is a 1 check, and you're like, but why?
Yeah.
Like, it has to go through so many loops to do something that's not going to.
It's still on the screen so it can remind us how bad it is.
It's essentially it is the benchmark of like a really bad card to have been given a 1 check, where
in comparison to the other cards.
See, honestly, it should have just been a 3.
It should have just been a 3,
should have just been a 3.
Or I didn't have. I don't know.
Combo in itself is enough of a nightmare to go through sometimes. Where
it's dead. It could just not have the deadlock
because
key.
then hell, it doesn't have the deadlock key, right? And you just have the combo key, right?
It could just
multiples. There's so many ways. Revoke still exists. It's like you do the multiple and they go.
No, if it didn't have, it could be a 2 check, but its other enhance just fuels itself.
I mean, possibly.
If it gave itself momentum, one or maybe
if it gave itself momentum, then it probably would have started skewing more to the 1 though. Like,
what could be like when it has will attacks, but it gives itself momentum equal to assets. So it's just or like cards in the card pool, something just to go and fuel itself would be my desire for a card that's doing something like that. To be honest, but the game has a ton of 3 checks.
Obviously, it's going to have
because that's the game is a big one. Another big one, Moonset. Obviously, Moonset.
Yep.
It's 5 to 3 high for 6. It's safe weapon. It's enhance. We'll get to that one.
Yep.
Enhance. E. Bounce one of your opponent's foundations back to the hand. So you pick what you bounce. So it can be a no block or low block because it's a high attack. And then if you have 6 less foundations, add 1 card from your hand to momentum. So you've got momentum, and its other enhance is low save and powerful 6. So it's 3 high for 12. Sorry, it's 3 high for 12. Or you've got momentum for something else, so if you're playing a multiple deck or something you want to fuel later, or another one of these, you go for it, you debuild, and you build itself back up again. So I think it's still one of the most expensive cards in the game right now.
It's definitely
up there with Nutcracker.
Up there with Nutcracker and Fatality still.
Yeah, and it's just, it's really big, it's really strong. It's a 5 high, it's 5 diff, 3 check, but probably because it's only 3 speed.
Yeah.
And you need to have less than 6 to get the momentum. So. And if you're debuilding, there's a lot of things that stop cards just leaving the card pool or like trigger off that a bit. So that's again probably why it has it. You lose safe or powerful, someone can block and reverse it. It's an annoying card, but it's just one of those. That was like the inclination to me that power level was kind of creeping up from what a 5 diff attack used to be, or what an ultra rare was when we're playing an NK and stuff like that.
Our benchmark was always Coffee Samba.
Yeah. But other cards are just giving you cards for nothing.
There's so many draw mechanics on 3s where you're like, okay.
So many draw mechanics and just like if you pick all,
you
go for it and go, I'll just have all these cards.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
The last card will end on undeserved 3 checks.
Yes, or 5 diff.
Or even just the 5 diff is literally Spirit Shotgun.
It was
from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
That card absolutely changed the game.
Well, no, I'd say the card above it did.
No, see, so Adam's now pointing at Spirit Gun.
Because it had to get errated to Yusuke only.
Spirit Gun, I don't think was changing the game drastically enough. Simply down to it got errated. I think
it was a 5 mid for 6.
Yeah,
but destroy a foundation.
It got errated
and was safe.
Right? And was safe. Yeah, cool. Right. It was in a handful of decks, but it wasn't in them all. Like when we were at UK Nats, how many did you see?
To be honest, none.
Yeah, that's and obviously I know like a lot more of that has happened from the American side of things. So like, fair enough. Yeah.
America, if it's seen more,
PTCs,
it was everywhere.
There was obviously a few more PTCs
everywhere.
Death Jade and stuff like that existed. Yusuke in general existed, and it's obviously still works with him. But like,
no one plays Yusuke.
But I don't know.
No one here plays Yusuke.
Yeah, no one really.
Well, Scott plays Yusuke.
Scott plays him
for a while. But Shotgun,
but the card below it being Shotgun was the card that really was the thing making him like the impact a lot of the times, especially in the UK scene at least.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, it's so.
I mean,
again,
there was a Cassie Shotgun deck.
Cassie Shotgun deck. I've got a Spike Shotgun deck that just wants to bounce a bunch of foundations up and in and Shotgun.
The team deck I had was a Gil Shotgun deck, which is what's kind of now prevalent.
Yeah.
Nice to see my idea was the right idea.
Well, it combines with the fact that you've also got another card from the same set, which it's a combo obviously for what you're doing. If you've got Spiritual Shooting Ring, which is an asset that is double the damage this ranged attack.
Yep.
So that's kind of a big thing. So if you don't know for some reason what Shotgun does, Shotgun is a 5 diff 4 mid for 7 3 check, and it's got, I think it's a 2. What?
It's got 3.
It's got two high block, breaker 1 ranged.
2 high block. Yep.
3 enhances, because everything needs 3 enhances now. First enhance, this attack is +1 damage for each printed resource symbol in your card pool that matches a resource symbol with your character. So obviously it's maximum 3 per card, so you can crack that up really nicely. It's not depending on what card you've got, what type of card, it's every single symbol that matches. Second enhance, if this attack is completely blocked, it still deals half damage, rounded up. So yeah, it's kind of got the throw mechanic.
It's got the throw mechanic that stops a lot of the throw tech.
Yeah, so it's not based upon the keyword throw. So it gets through a lot of things. Prepare to Fight still stops it though.
Yeah.
And then Deadlock, E, because why not? Destroy 3 of your opponent's foundations.
Yeah.
So if you get to Deadlock and your opponent for some reason plays that 11th foundation, you go Shotgun,
cool.
that annoying foundation are gone.
Now this card itself, for instance, right? It is a 4 mid for 7, right? But the moment you do its enhance, it's already 4 mid 10 on itself. On itself.
Yep.
Like it's a self-reliant card that self-fills its own mechanism. It does a lot of its own. Everything it's having to do is on its card already. Like,
well, I mean, my best example of it once was playing my Spike 1 deck, because it's obviously the Spike 1, because I'm playing off life. I played just to get cards in the card pool. Turn 1, I did go and build 4 overly dramatic. So you see where this story is going.
Yeah.
Play an attack, it was a moonset. Moonset was blocked. But bring up every single over the top. Drop Shotgun, make it 6 mid for 7, go and give it a whole bunch of damage. Pop the Spiritual Shooting Ring, it also dropped turn 1 and it did 40 damage and killed my opponent. Yeah. Map was gone.
Yeah. It's like, it's a card that, like, it's that balancing act that I think the ultimate thing is you're never going to please everybody. So it's one of those ones.
OTKs aren't fun to be in the wrong side of.
It's like you've got to take everything with a pinch of salt. It's not going to please everybody, and at the same time as well, some people will just be happy because they play the card. Like,
the card does, however, have a lot of counters. So you can stick stuff in front of it that says this attack deals 1 damage, like Oak Shield and Omega Sword, 500 dots, sunglasses. Another effect this does 1 damage. You can just neuter its enhances in general. You can stop it with other effects. You can, because it's a big build up, you can get in there and hit it.
You can prep into it. So it's like, it's not the boogiest of cards, but
it's one of the powerful cards. It's a really powerful card that came out, and I know I went, what is this thing? Yeah. Why is this got 3 enhances and does so much work on 1 card? I mean, you play it late in your card pool, but if you play it late in the card pool, you've gone and racked up damage, and you're racking up
the damage. I mean, it's one of those. It's just one of those cards that it's like, it does make other cards be like, but why? And then obviously it brings up debates such as this, where we're having to go through a list of cards and be like, well, this is what it does, and this is why this does that, and you can justify so many of them, but at the same time, you struggle to justify some of the other ones just down to obviously just down to like
there's not a lot
pairing them up.
Yeah, there's no other really big, because there's Moonset there. There's no other. In recent memory, there's not a bunch of other 5 different attacks that have came out recently that I've gone, what is this? The past few sets have really been, why is that a 5 diff? Yeah. Why is that a 3
there's
checks?
Been a few in the last maybe 4 sets, I would say, have been kind of like, there've been something random come out where it's not adding up.
When the attack, it feels when the attack either does its ability essentially for free, can play without any cost, or has, you don't want attack to have a downside, but if you're having to have something really powerful, and a balancing act in any game is to have it like interactable or drawbackable.
Yeah.
Again, that's why, like, if you look at some of the big advantages of Raptor, but all his attacks are generally small unless you start using Raptor's abilities. Your opponent can generally get in and block. Some of the big cards, like Scarlet Meteor, was discussed. It's interactable, but it's good in defense. It's really good in attack, and it has a ton of options it can just go through and do. So you've got a kind of tool it to how you play down to how you deal with it.
Yeah, it's like you've got to tool it to how you deal with it, and then obviously at the same time it's got to be scaled back somewhat.
Yeah.
I personally think going forward, I think my hero is probably not going to see any one checks.
No, I think we'll get one.
I don't think it'll see. I don't think it'll see any. And the reason I don't think it'll see any is because I think this will be the starting point for this set. That if there's one checks and there's two checks, it's a tougher game to teach a new person. So unless they bring out some mental card that says win game, that might have the one check. So like all might have like a just whatever he's Ultra Pro or whatever he's punch.
Plus Ultra
go beyond. Say that, right, is like his ultra rare attack, right, and it's just like if it deals damage, it does 10 times the damage, right? Something stupid that just even if it hits on a partial, it probably will hit you dead. It's like you're dead, game over, shake the hand, walk away. It's like, yeah, cool, give something a one check. I don't think there's going to be that kind of end in game kind of card.
I think there'll be a token one check. I don't think it might not. It might be Dancing Tempest good, which isn't good, but it might be a token one check. Two checks will be there because the characters will get twos. Thou shalt not fear the two checks.
I wouldn't be shocked still if there isn't even any two checks in this starting set. It depends how they go on it.
They couldn't do that because we as in the UFS community still play the game, and this is just the next. It's a big launch.
But
it's
remember
the start of the
this.
new game.
But also remember
but it's
this.
The next set.
But remember, it's maybe the next set for us, right? But it's the first set for a new game.
Nah, I still think we're getting twos.
I don't think we're getting twos. I think ones and twos won't be seen in my hero, depending on what route they go down. I still think it's going to be a set with a shit ton of turbo boxes with it. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a core box for random stuff, and then a bunch of not DLCs, but a bunch of turbo decks alongside with it. So you pick your character, you buy a core box, and you adapt from there. And I don't think we see 2 or 1 checks. And you might see them in the turbo sets, but that would be about it. I think that's my idea for my hero.
Your prediction then? Well, my prediction will be.
My predictions are 90% of the time right, so we've got validity now to it.
There will still be 2 checks in the set. I 100% believe there'll still be 2 checks in the set, and for the sake of having it there will be a token. There's been a token 1 in every set so far, just to have a 1 check in a set. I mean, the last good one they printed was Boulders, but it was still there as a token 1 check. So I still think something will be there. It might be a random, like, not attached to any one card. Some sort of odd attack like Boulders was. But I still think there'll be a 1. People will have 2s because they'll want to print powerful attacks but balance it with a 2.
Nah, I think this set going, as in the first one, will be the kind of core starting set to it all, where there'll be enough to get you interested, enough shiny cards, and I think with the way they're going with the format of the art and stuff, everything's going to look amazing anyway.
Everything will be not all shiny, but it'll look amazing.
There's not going to be that game-breaking mechanic yet in the game until the next set. Then it all changes, because I don't know how they're exactly doing this, and I think in a future video we're going to talk about what characters we think will be seen first.
Yeah.
Because is it they're going to do season 1? Like, or
I just want either.
Or it's like, so like there's so many ways where it's like, did they do season 1, or did they do like, here's 4 heroes, here's 4 villains? Like it's a really obscure one for how they look.
I honestly think it's going to be a big set, like a giant set.
So I'm still that my concept for it is a core box with turbo boxes alongside with it. That's what I think they might do. But I honestly would think this is potentially what they could do. Would be your core box and hero turbo boxes, right? And then the next set, a villain release.
Just start with the hero.
Because I've got a feeling they're going to hit a couple of sets out this year anyway.
Yeah, I can see them starting with only heroes and then maybe like Nomu or the main, like a couple of main villains. Or well, Jason already said in a very passing comment at the end of his one of his offices that there is their own DLC for My Hero coming out. So My Hero will get its own additional characters or reworked characters.
Yeah.
I kind of hope Bakugo and Midoriya are in there in the starter sets because they need a wee bit of a kick.
Yeah,
to bring them up a bit.
I personally think they get reprinted.
I think they might just get reprinted
as much as I think I think those cards. I think they all get new cards. I think that is just stuff to help teach people because you're just giving them away, and then you go cool. You like Deku? Is that his name? Deku. You go cool. You like him? Cool. Here's the actual version that you want to play with.
Well, they could also the other way I could see them doing it for the starter characters to put them in the set and not make them busted. Would might be All Might versus Nomu.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a big fight in season 1. Cool. It's the end fight, so could come in.
Even if they went along the sides of like the way Transformers, as I'm looking over at the box, they do like you've got your character versus character with a deck in between.
Yeah,
they kind of obviously we do it in the form of like turbo boxes.
Yeah.
A full box where it's like 2 proper decks like would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool, yeah. So we all have to chase that obviously sets of 4 to get all the good cards out of them, but you still will have 2s and 1s.
Nah, I don't see it happening. I don't think it will happen in that first initial release. But the moment the second set comes out, I wouldn't be shocked if it's prevalent. Okay. I wouldn't be shocked if is it All for One? Is that his name?
He'll have a 1.
He'll have all 2 checks. Every attack will be a 2 check.
Well,
for
the Dark
him.
One's coming out tomorrow.
He'll be in like the Dark
One. First DLC's tomorrow for us.
Aye, for us, release.
So the Dark One's coming out. I'm going to build a deck. It's going to be 2s and 1s everywhere. I'm going to cry when I check them, but I know I'll check them. But you don't fear the 2 check. And if you've got good 1s, you shouldn't fear them. You should just know it might happen at some point.
Yeah, if you've put 2s and 1s in your deck, you should be building around them anyway.
You should be able to. You can keep a count. Obviously, at any point you're playing a low check, keep the count of your attacks in your head going all the time. Where are my 2s? If you've got 2 in hand, 1 in the bin, you've got 2 left in the deck.
Yep.
Do you play into it? Do you try and get rid of it?
Do you play into it? Do you get rid of it, as you say, or am I going to play this attack? And if I check a 2, which might be prevalent in my deck, do I just not waste it and hold it as a block?
Yeah, exactly.
There's enough kind of strategy, I think, around having. I think future video as well is going to be deck building 101, and it's that way where you have to build around it. I think the moment you see a 2 in a deck list, there had to have been strategy around that deck.
I believe at that point your foundation difficulty, like the average difficulty of your foundation, drops down.
Yeah,
you're increasing the 0s, you're increasing the 1s, you're wanting to build without the fear of checking that 2 and hitting and going. What turn 1 you play a 2 and check a 1. That's it. I mean, if you're doing that sort of thing,
it's like you're not playing 3 diff foundations. For instance,
you've got like 1 3 diff, you don't open with it.
Yeah, and you don't start with it.
you play a 0, then check the 5 and go.
Yeah.
Play a 0, check the 1 and go. There it is.
It's like either that or you risk it all, but risking it all can sometimes come back to bite you off a fast.
I did it in that.
And you definitely don't swing with 6 diffs.
I know you don't. Did it in that last year. I had one game, my old Jada deck with all the water, and I had a whole bunch of 3 checks. Well, High Seas was there, God of Thunder was there, and what was it called? Familiar Faces in the deck.
Familiar Faces, yep.
Playing Sangue though. 2 check. Turn 1. Go. Good chance I'm going to check 3. God of Thunder 2. Game 2.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that. Couldn't afford it in that.
Yeah, you can't. Aye, but that's the thing. It's like that's when you then rebuild the strategy.
Yeah. You need to look over your deck and decide on its build and its numbers and everything then.
Yeah, those will definitely be future videos that are all getting slowly in the process of getting made. We've still got Community Corner coming out Wednesday. In a Rut is going to be the opening video, followed by Character Breakdowns. That's the schedule going forward. This Monday, for the life of me, I can't even remember what game I just edited. Somebody, I think it's Cassie Cage versus Catman. It's one of them.
I can guess
one
the
of
players.
them. Maybe it's All Might versus Jet. It's one of them. I've edited a fair few of the day.
So you've not done anything. So where are you headed then, Connor? Soon? Where are you?
Yeah. So obviously this Monday I fly out to Vegas.
Yes.
For Worlds.
And you'll be the rep there.
Yeah. It's now got shockingly close. And
That time you thought you had the practice.
Yeah, there's been so many commitments and stuff to like do where it's like, yeah, I think I'm just winging it. I'm going to take 3 or 4 decks with me.
Don't do that. Take the one that you've actually played.
I'm going to take, I think there's 3 decks I've got constructed. I'm going to take them with us, and I think I'm going to have to go to the casino the night before and pick a number. I'm so far behind.
Well, the thing is, if you land there on Monday, you just need to like accost other players you know that are there and just get games. I mean, you think your brother, so that's fine. I mean, if you find Mike, he's probably still buried under a pile of boxes.
He's
probably undecided on the side of him.
He's probably in the same boat as me at this point now. So it's like, yeah, we'll just get swap decks a bit.
Well, Gordon does have the fun going to play Smash with Mike, so you might have it decided.
So there's all that sort of stuff planned out. Hopefully, meet a bunch of people. Every event, like obviously, there's the teams. We're not playing in teams, just playing in singles. Possibly we'll wander about on teams though, just to see how people are doing, get some chats with people.
Just go get interviews.
Yeah, get stuff like that done. Playing in singles, hopefully make top cut. So I'm busy Sunday. If I'm not busy Sunday, the amount of side events you have set up for this look amazing.
That and the prize support for this, I saw the other day.
I can't do the big card one because I'll never get it home.
Just ask for shipping.
But like, honest to God, like all those side events are amazing.
Yeah, they look great.
The player bounty.
It's a cool idea.
Is such a good idea. Like beyond amazing. Like yeah. It's that way where it's like it totally allows you to now like fight for that player of the year points.
Yeah.
And then like defend. I mean, good to the guys. If they beat everybody, they get to keep obviously in each of their rounds.
Well, the final round is a set. There's a DLC that's not even came out yet.
And there's 2 of them though.
Is there 2 rounds of that?
Yeah. Round 5 and 6 is the Street Fighter one.
It's Grim, and the final one Street Fighter.
It's Grim, Street Fighter, and the other Soul Kill one, if I remember rightfully.
Oh no, not the Street Fighter one. The Street Fighter's not out yet. It's is it not just Grim and Soul Kill?
No, and the Street Fighter one is one of the rounds.
Is it?
Yeah, I literally posted about this.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Other than that, you can go and win the Gen Con promos off them as well.
So round 1 you win a random playmat.
Yep.
Round 2 is the Midoriya and Bakugo promotional foils. Round 3 is the All Might foil. Then round 4 is the Fairy Tail DLC. Round 5 is the Soul Cal DLC. Round 6 is the Street Fighter Chibi DLC. And if you win in round 7, you get a full set of Soul Calibur Libra Soul foil characters. It is so amazing.
Wow.
So basically all you have to do in one of the rounds, and I attempt to get at least 3 of them, is you've got to either beat Shane, Jacob, Aaron, Mark, Miles. That's the 5. I played 3 of the 5.
You did? Who did you play?
I played Shane, Jacob and Miles. I beat Miles.
That's funny, that game.
I beat Miles and it's a fun game to watch. I lost to Shane for fighting for King of Swiss at UK Nats, and got completely trounced in top cuts by Jacob. So
unfortunate.
One of them's a desperate rematch where I want to replay Jacob.
Yep.
I would love the rematch against Shane, especially if it's going to be for like fighting for
something
King of Swiss, and on top of that getting a full set of foils when I beat him. And then Miles is always possibly the greatest game I've ever played against. Like to the point where even losing the items, I know I'm still going to enjoy that match.
Yeah, they're great guys to play against, and just be the day with them. They're really good fun.
But Tyner, obviously being the Guild player, probably playing Guild. I think the UFS studio or University Studio, as they're called, they did a thing about Guild this week.
Oh right, okay.
Came out yesterday, I think.
Cool.
I started watching a wee bit of it, but I've not had enough time to sit and commit to it. And then Aaron Cook's just obviously another big player, and as they say, every one of them's a Legendary Wolf sponsored player.
Everyone's legendary.
Yep. So
they're all shiny and gold.
It's a legit amazing battle. It's going to be amazing to see who gets any of these wins, and obviously if nobody beats them, they get to keep some cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's like there's obviously no downside, but just good to go out and see them all as well.
That'll be a great trip for you.
Hopefully I can get the All Might promo. round 3, 5, 6 and 7 are like the ones I really want.
Because you after tomorrow you won't need Grim.
Aye,
Really looking forward to
Grim
stuff
getting
to
released. We'll have it all, so
yeah.
it's going to be good. Hopefully, get to see as many people as I can, and everything scheduled for while I'm away will still come out.
He has worked hard to get that done. That is why his hands are probably bloody at this point.
So Monday's video will still be out, even though I'll be flying. Wednesday's video in a rut will come out, even though I'll be probably drunk. Friday's podcast on the rocks. Haven't got that one done yet. But hopefully it'll be done before then. So if that one gets done, then I think that might be the only one that doesn't get put out. If it doesn't get put out, I'll fire up a gameplay instead. So there will be something for that, and then the following Monday I'll still be flying home, but you will have a gameplay video put out. So all guns blazing, everything's done practically.
It's an unpaid dedicated man we have. Hillman, all of UFScotland content. Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
So we're getting there. So it's going to be good. If I don't do something on Friday, there's a potential live video that might get done as well.
I mean, you could run around the hall if you go meet people or if you're playing games.
I'm tempted to potentially just live stream walking about the convention and stuff like that and things like that if I don't have enough time to put out the other podcast on top.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So everything's set up, and it'll be good to see everybody out there.
Yeah.
I think that's about everything.
Anything else you want to cover? Any bad cards you want to talk about?
Nah, I think I've ran through everything. Somebody errata Dancing Tempest to a 3.
Just change it. Just
function errata. It never happened.
Aye.
The one was a misprint. They were just waiting for someone to complain.
They did
sometimes get to change things when we complain on this podcast. So, like, I mean, we got a Sub-Zero card errata to have removed.
Still waiting on the Suzaku cards.
We just need. That's one of those things. Yeah, we need the Suzaku cards for UU officially ruled. Because we got rulings at UK Nats that then people have been by FAM that then were getting used at UK Nats,
and it's still being used to this.
And I think they're still getting used, but it's not in that document.
No, it's not. It's only by word of mouth from UK Nats that's how the card's meant to work. The card in question is Lightning Torture.
It's about 3 of them.
It's Lightning Torture.
It's all of them, but the UR, because the UR is worded correct, but the other ones
it's meant to be and or. Not either or. It's and or.
So it's
if you've got a card in your, if you've got one character out in one year, then you still have 2 over both zones, so all effects still trigger. That's how they're meant to work, but that's obviously Ryan told us at UK Nats, but there's no official posting of it,
which would be nice to know.
I think Shane's also asked for this.
I think Shane had asked previously about it as well, after, because it was Shane specifically, I think, that had asked.
Yeah, because he whipped out his Suzaku deck and asked Ryan as he went by, he's like, how does this work?
How does this interaction work, and is that right? But that would be good if that got fixed. And Dancing Tempest to get a free check. Not asking for much. I know you have already gave me a card this year, right? So I can't really complain. But like at the same time, it'd be nice. I definitely know a handful of Talon players would be appreciative.
They really would be. They got their.
I don't know how the hell we managed to accumulate a Talon meta in Scotland.
But
it somehow happened. Yeah, it somehow happened.
People just like Talon.
It's a legit diversity battle nowadays. But yeah, I think that is about everything for this episode of the podcast. See you next time.
See you later. Bye.